post-game reaction to the Walmart Generals versus the Chicago Bears.
I cannot see.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, we're doing the
take.
Hold on, let me. Bill Gates. All right, can you see me?
Nope. Oh, now I can.
All right. I can't see you.
Of course. I mean, you got to go through the ritual.
Alrighty, take number 2. All right. So this is your post-game reaction to the Walmart Generals versus the Chicago Bears. Nothing to really see here other than the NFL is a garbage product. 2 garbage teams playing each other, one with a plan for the future, one without a plan for the future. The Bears already know they suck. The Bears have accepted reality, so they're actually ahead of the Broncos, even though they lost the game. They know that this isn't their future, that Justin Fields is probably not their future. This coaching staff and player personnel is probably not their future. Their GM has already hinted towards blowing it up this offseason. And the Broncos, they're holding on to any win they can get. They haven't accepted reality. They still think they're a defensive coordinator away. They still think they're a player away. And they're fucking terrible. So you watched the Broncos be so bad that they went down 28-7 to a team who's tanking right now. A team who had no intentions of winning this game, who don't have intentions of probably winning any games this year. And you guys went down 28-7. The Bears were doing whatever they wanted to. They were running it at the edges, hitting the middle of the field on those crossers to DJ Moore, to the tight end. They were eating your lunch all first half, and they probably got the call from the GM, hey, you guys need to, we're not going to win this game. This isn't in our best interest for our future. And they got the call, and they stopped playing defense. They stopped doing what worked. They fumbled the ball, couple turnovers, couple of, of course, the weekly missed holdings that make the Broncos go from a 14-point offense to a 28-point offense, and the rest is history. I mean, the refs, of course, just, in their bag helping the Broncos out because they're infatuated with the Broncos for some reason. They fucking suck. The more wins you give this team, the more ammunition you give them to stay mediocre. They're like, oh, are fans pissed that the Broncos won? Yes, I am. You know why? Because every win you give this front office is more ammunition for them to justify their bullshit, and it keeps them stuck on the hamster wheel they've been on for the last 8 years. But you fans still don't fucking get it. You still don't get it. And to be quite honest, it's getting to the point to where it's like talking to a wall. You guys will never fucking get it. You guys will never get it. You lost by 50. And you guys are celebrating as if that didn't happen because you beat a team who didn't even want to beat you in the first place by 3. And it took help to beat them from the NFL and from the Bears themselves because you guys are so dog shit that you can't beat a team who doesn't want to win. You think the shit's going to fly against the Jets next week, who just almost beat Kansas City? No. So you guys can celebrate your Super Bowl win. It's probably one of maybe 3 wins you're going to have all year, but every win we get gives that front office more ammunition. So that's why I'm pissed that they won.
So I want to go over this game. Both Walmart General teams, as we were saying before we got on here, basically Bubble Man was saying. So this whole situation with the organization formerly known as the Denver Broncos has been a complete clusterfuck from top down. I mean, dude, the sheer fact that we have to come on here and basically be the voice of reason is pretty pathetic. I mean, we say here, me and you should be doing better things than this shit. But in reality, somebody has to tell the truth, correct? And so let's talk about this game. You have the Chicago Bears basically kicking the Broncos' ass for what? 3.5 quarters, roughly? 3.5 quarters. And it's just like it's a complete 180 from what we've seen. And I think this is something that needs to be said. The NFL can't help themselves. They just cannot help themselves whatsoever. Because when you sit there and take a broad look at the whole entire situation with this entire fucked up franchise, the Broncos, the misholding calls, the flagrant calls that aren't being called in terms of you have both our tackles holding. I'm at work today and I'm watching it and I'm like, that's a hold, that's missed. You're at work today, that's a call, that's missed. Chopped Liver, our other co-host, says the same exact thing. And the stupidity by the Chicago Bears, they could have won this game. They could have won this game. But I believe you're absolutely right. They're not in the world of Miami, who got their asses kicked by the Bills. Oh my God. You ready to play that team, Denver? You think the ass whooping from the Dolphins was bad? Wait till we face the Bills. So the Denver Broncos are a complete joke. And you're right. You give this organization ammunition, NFL. And Roger Goodell, I have to say this. Are you really sitting up there on your golden goose, your throne, and proclaiming to the world that we need to help out the Denver Broncos when they really haven't helped out your product whatsoever in the past 8 years? But what's your fascination about this team? I don't understand the NFL, because this is an indictment on the NFL in general. You have them helping out the Chiefs. The Jets could have won this game, and they helped out the fucking Chiefs. I mean, it's all theatrics at this point, in my opinion. The NFL is a garbage product. It's dog shit because it's all about political agenda. It's all about a political agenda. And I want you, Bubble Man, to talk about the political agenda when it comes to Russell Wilson, because the narrative it's not Russell Wilson. Explain to the blind eye why you have said what you've said.
So what do you read after every loss the Broncos have taken regarding Russ Wilson? Look at his stat line. Look at the stat line for the offense. Yeah, look at the stat line. If you don't watch the games and you just look at the stats, yeah, it looks like a good offense. Looks like he's playing productive. And I'm not saying Russell Wilson's been playing bad or anything. I mean, but when your offensive line is allowed to hold every play, not just like ticky-tacky holding, blatant holding. Let me ask you a question. If Drew Lock was quarterback when that was happening, do you think the NFL would have let that slide?
No.
If Teddy Bridgewater is quarterback,
no.
do you think the NFL would have let that slide?
No.
Case,
no.
Nope. And they didn't. And they didn't let it slide because we actually witnessed one of these same players doing this with Drew Lock. If Drew Lock threw a touchdown pass, you bet your ass off that's coming back for a loss. Teddy Bridgewater, you bet your ass off that's coming back for a loss of 10 yards. But when Russell Wilson is back there and the plays are being extended because you have Garrett Bowles fucking botting someone on the field for like how you that I think it was the third touchdown that made it 21, just straight up headlocking him for a long period of time. Anyone with a pair of the untrained eye saw that, but the NFL officials didn't see that. That gave them 7 points. There was another one on their second scoring drive where I think McGlinchey was headlocking somebody. That was 7 points that based on a no call. So 14 of your 31 points already off no calls. Let's go from week 1. 2 bogus pass interference calls that extended your drive that weren't really pass interferences, especially the one on Sutton on 3rd and 5. That was a great play by that corner for the Raiders. But the NFL just can't help themselves. Throws the flag, leads to points for the Broncos on a drive they should have punted. 14 points given them in a 16-point game. Then week 2, that was a catch by Courtland Sutton. No, he's clearly out of bounds, but they still called it a catch. Then that gives them the opportunity to throw a Hail Mary. And then the blown coverage by the fucking Commanders in week 2. So you could take those points off the board if the Commanders defense showed up in the first half and if the refs got their heads out of their asses. Week 3, same thing on the first and only scoring drive that the offense had where they put the ball in the end zone. Mike McGlinchey out there headlocking that whole fucking drive. You showed it till they took your video down because can't have the truth out there. Holding the entire drive down the field on their only scoring drive. In week 3, the rest just gave up. They were like, we can't save this team from what's happening. There's nothing we can do. They would call the fucking Dolphins 10 yards back and they'd get that yardage back in one play every single time. Every single fucking time. So they just gave up.
And I think you bring up a great point. When we face the Bills, the Chiefs, etc., the better teams in the NFL, I don't think they're going to be able to save this team. I honestly to God don't think they will be. Because when it comes to the Denver Broncos as a franchise, and this is the part that really pisses me off, and this is why you have Bubble Man, Chopped Liver, and myself out here. When you have Bronco content creators sitting there saying, "Well, we've known the scouting department in this shit's bad." Let me tell you something, okay? Because this really pisses me off. You have these entitled ass players like Jerry Jeudy, who I cannot wait to rip into, and you have Sean Payton, who I have certain Bronco content creators out there saying that Patrick Surtain and Jerry Jeudy displayed heart in today's game. Okay, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you going to sit there with a straight face and say that Patrick Surtain is a Champ Bailey, a Louis Wright, a Darrell Revis, and an Aqib Talib, a Chris Harris Jr., the greats that were before this man? And you're going to sit there, and Zach Stevens, you're going to sit there and tell me with a straight face with Todd Davis and his other dipshit co-host, you're going to sit there and tell me that Jerry Jeudy, oh my God, he's this all-world talent. He is not even on the same level of Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson that I saw tonight made better plays, who actually wasn't dropping the fucking ball. And then I have I have Jerry Jeudy specifically targeting Philip Lindsay. You know what's so funny about that whole thing? Was Philip Lindsay a John Elway draft pick?
No.
And Jerry Jeudy, you have the fucking balls. And this is what we're talking about. The player person. It's the coaching. No, it's the player personnel on this team that thinks that just because they came back and barely beat, and barely, can we just say this? Barely beat the Chicago Bears. You're going to have a gall and audacity to fucking sit there and just run your fucking mouth because you barely beat the Bears?
Not even an hour after the game. You didn't beat the Bears, right? You didn't beat them outright. You got help to beat the Bears from the Bears and the NFL. Let's put that in a You didn't go out there and outright beat the Bears. The fuck, Jerry Jeudy. I would rather have Philip Lindsay on my team right now than have you on my team. I'd rather have, quite frankly, Marvin Mims and Brandon Johnson are better than you and Cortland Sutton. That's a fact. That's just a fact. The ones who are scoring are Brandon Johnson, Marvin Mims. The one who's an actual deep threat, who's actually a threat that that a defense has to key in on every week now, is Marvin Mims, not Jerry Jeudy. Nobody's fucking worried about you, Jerry Jeudy. You fucking suck. What did you do all game today? Because I watched you drop a wide open out route. I watched you not know where the sticks are again, and that's it. You fucking suck. What did I see Marvin Mims do? Get open deep again. What did I see Brandon Johnson do? Get open in the end zone. What did you do? What did you do, Jerry Jeudy? Philip Lindsay has contributed more in 4 fucking games for this organization than you ever did. The only difference between you and Philip Lindsay is, well, there's 2 differences. 1, Philip Lindsay's a better football player than you. 2, Philip Lindsay doesn't have the John Elway and the front office immunity. He doesn't have the immunity from accountability that players like yourself, Cortland Sutton, Justin Simmons, we'll get into Randy Gregory in a minute. Randy Gregory has had up until this week. And I believe that's a Sean Payton thing. Right? We'll get into that one after because that's a whole nother subject. Patrick Surtain, like all these players who underperform every week don't get held accountable thanks to that John Elway front office. Because if they were on any other team playing like this, they would have been benched a long time ago. Alex Singleton would have been benched a long time ago. Josie Jewell would have been benched a long time ago. Drew Sanders he's looked terrible out there, but it's also because you put him in a system he doesn't belong in. You put him in a system he does not belong in. So that's why he doesn't look good. And you guys are shitting on Drew Sanders. What did you expect? You run a fucking 3-4 defense.
Well, wasn't Broncos Avenue the ones that said that Drew Sanders is going to be the next Luke Kuechly?
Yeah, he really looked like that out there today.
Yeah, he looked like that when he never played in the 3-4 defense at Arkansas.
Yeah. No, but the 4-3 and 3-4 is a myth. Oh, really? Yeah, so when you have out.
Let me ask you this, Broncos Avenue and you retards. Did the Jets tonight, do they run a 4-3 defense or a 3-4 defense?
3-4.
The 4-3.
4-3.
4-3. And that is coming to town next week, by the way. So, wanting to, pom-pom your way to fucking victory like next week is going to be a cakewalk. It's not going to be a cakewalk. Oh, dude, the Jets are going to come in here and they're going to make a statement. That is my prediction. They're going to come in next week and kick the shit out of us. It would not surprise me at all if they just pound the rock next week. That's all you got to do against this team. And you know what? I'm tired of hearing this too. And I know this isn't against Chops liver, but I'm tired of hearing this. Oh, our interior defensive line is a good run defense. Really? It really is a good run defense? When they are doing when the only reason our interior defensive line looks good is when they run I formations and they're vanilla with it. But when they're doing counter blocks and they're pulling guards and pulling the stuff, the interior D line looks like shit. And you saw that happen throughout the game. You saw how they used the fullback. Like I said, you want to look how they used the fullback. I said in the pregame that they were going to take some things that the Dolphins did with Alex Ingold, their fullback. And you know what? I think the NFL is so goddamn rigged that I almost believe that it is so political and it's bullshit that you have the teams like the Denver Broncos having to have help from the refs, but you have a Jets team that played their asses off against the defending champs. And the Super Bowl this past year is a perfect example of it. You have the Jets who played their asses off, but you know what? The refs had to fuck it up because of it was a terrible pass interference call and also a missed holding call on Johnson for the Jets.
Can you imagine how the Jets fans feel right now losing that game? The Jets played their asses off. That defensive line looked really good. Of course,
that's coming down, man.
They did that well against the Kansas City offensive line. What do you think they're going to do to the Broncos offensive line?
This might be the game that Russell Wilson gets taken out on a stretcher because he was getting destroyed today too. But against a shitty D line in the Bears.
The Bears defense is eerily similar to the Broncos defense in the fact that
pass rush,
no inside linebacking, bad secondary. The linebackers for the Bears are slightly better than the Broncos. They're slightly.
I would take the Bears inside linebacking before the Broncos with Tremaine Edmonds and T.J. Edwards.
I would take the inside linebacking of your team before I take the Broncos inside linebacking.
Because we actually coach the coach, not this bullshit PR shit.
I would take us out there as linebackers.
Yeah.
Josie Jewell.
You, me, as the Mike and the Will? Oh, my God.
Wait, but that's how bad it is here in Denver that we could probably go out there and cover a tight end better than fucking Alex Singleton and Josie Jewell.
It's not just covering the tight end, it's covering your assigned field. It's not just covering a tight end, it's covering your assigned field. Whether you have the left, you have the right, it doesn't matter.
Did you see Brent get wide open in the seam? That was as open as I've ever seen.
Was it over again?
Singleton.
And we gave that man a 3-year extension.
And Singleton tried to throw Sanders under the bus too for that one. That was his fault. That was his side of the field. He tried to throw. There was 2 plays where I watched Singleton trying to throw him under the bus, and I also saw Sean Payton trying to throw Vance Joseph under the bus on the sideline today.
Okay, well, Sean Payton, you have no word to talk here because you took the money and you let Sean Payton sign on the dot. Instead of speaking up, and that's the problem. That exactly right there, Bubba Man. You hit it right on the head. That's the fucking problem. Sean Payton is a fraud. He needs to be gone because he let this shit happen as well. Okay? If Sean Payton was this culture changer, then why the fuck would you be like, oh yeah, bring Vance Joseph in, number 1, number 2, instead of fucking just, babying these fucking players like you did, because we all know you did. Nothing's changed.
No,
it's the terrible player personnel babying that I'm sick of. Oh, I have a heart for these players. Oh, I love Judy. I love Gregory. I love Simmons, who didn't play again. I mean, it's the babying of these John Elway draft picks that need to fucking stop. And that's what I'm talking about. If you're going to do this right, if you're going to keep Sean Payton, let's just hypothetical. Sean Payton stays and they keep Sean Payton. You need to bring over Jeff Ireland from the Saints, have him run the front office, let him bring in the scouts, let him bring in the departments, and then you build this thing right. You tear it down to the fucking bottoms.
And by that we mean everybody has to go. Everybody
has to go. Even Surtain, even Simmons, even Russell Wilson. And let me just say this. The reason why I'm not big on Wilson is because of that contract. And he still's missing wide open receivers. Watch the all 22. Not highlights, the all 22 film. You still see him missing receivers. And number 3, you gave him that big, massive contract. So you're sacrificing the health and stability of your organization and the product on your field for one guy, and that's Russell Wilson.
And he's not even
that good, dude.
Not good. I mean,
and what are they doing? What are they doing that's making him look so good? Is the quick passing game and running the ball.
And the play action to the
Yeah, but also the short intermediate that's getting him in rhythm, that's being able to take those deep route shots.
Which is also like what fits these wide receivers on this team more. Jerry Jeudy is not. I don't
Jerry Jeudy fucking sucks. I've been saying it for 3 years. He's garbage. And then you have these Bronco fanatics out there that are saying, "Oh man, I love Jerry Jeudy." Who gives a shit about your love affair for the guy? He sucks.
He sucks.
He's no Rod Smith. He's no Brandon Lloyd.
First game he ever played, what was he doing? Dropping the ball every single fucking time he was.
What were the concerns coming out of Alabama? He dropped the ball and he quit. He's a quitter.
He doesn't have heart. He has the opposite of what you say he has heart.
He just runs his mouth against to Philip Lindsay.
To Philip Lindsay, who honestly,
I'm a Philip Lindsay fan. That guy got fucked over in Denver because of the Melvin Gordon signing. Fuck you, Elway. Fuck you.
Still loyal to the Broncos, and he's still loyal to Col. He has, oh man, yeah. Philip Lindsay is like the kind of guy you want in your locker room. He's the kind of guy you want on your fucking team. Someone who plays with heart. Unfortunately,
he was DJ Ward of the offense.
Yep. I would take Jerry Jeudy off this team and replace him with Philip Lindsay right now. Right? Give me Philip.
Lindsay can still play. No, Lindsay can still. Can we just say this? That McLaughlin guy, whatever his name is, what did I say? Have been saying for months and weeks that you need an Alvin Kamara type guy in this offense. Oh my God! Look what happened when you gave him the opportunity.
That's
Broncos.
That's what opened it up. I mean,
man,
running back. He should be their second running back behind Javonte Williams. Maybe even the first.
Williams is hurt.
Yep. So he should be running back number 1 next week if they know what they're doing. But I can't have that in Denver because Javonte Williams is there. I mean,
against that Jets defense, dude, come on, man. Dude, that Jets defense was flying around, hitting people. I mean, my God, dude.
And you think they're going to take it easy on Denver this week?
This might be the best defense we've played so far this year. Is that Jets defense overall?
Let me ask you a question. Have the Broncos played anyone good all year, with an exception of the Dolphins, who aren't like really in that upper echelon of AFC teams? Who have the Broncos played all year? So week 1, the Raiders, rebuilding.
Commanders,
who are rebuilding.
The Dolphins,
who are probably a wild card or divisional.
I think they're a tier below of the better teams in the league. You're right. You were dead on that, Bubble Man, because they got their asses kicked in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, they look like the Broncos looked last year in Buffalo. So you got you played the divisional bounce out, the wild card bounce out. Like they'll probably win a wild card round, get bounced out in the divisional round.
And they lost 70-20, should have been 73. Dude, that tells me more than anything. The way you lost to Miami, and they go to Buffalo and get their asses beat. You're still not even at the level of the second best teams in the league. You're still the bottom feeder. The Broncos are a bottom 3 team in the league.
And they're probably, honestly, the Bears looked better than the Broncos today. I think the Bears got the call from their GM. That's
all from the NFL and the team.
Yep. The Bears are tank mode right now. The Bears don't. You're going to tell me a team who has the number 1 and number 2 draft selection in the NFL right now wants to win?
Okay.
A team that they're blowing it up this offseason wants to win? Winning does not help a team who wants to blow it up.
You put Justin Fields in the Bears organization, obviously he's going to look like shit. Everybody wants to shit on Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields is a great athlete. He has some tools. But he went to a shitty organization and look at him. He looks like shit.
Put him in Baltimore and see what he does. Put him in that'd be the perfect team for him as Baltimore. He'd probably be better than Lamar Jackson.
Put him in San Francisco. Could you fucking imagine? Oh my God. The rollouts and the play actions with that guy? Damn.
It'd be absolutely something else. But yeah, no, Justin Fields, in a bad organization. I hope. I don't.
Quarterback, mind you. That is it with every quarterback, mind you. You put a quarterback in a bad organization, they're going to look like dog shit.
Yep. I mean, the Broncos would know that firsthand because they're quarterback killers. But yeah. So I mean, but you have the content creators, hyping this win up like they do every time you think they won the Super Bowl. They barely beat a Bears team with help from the Bears, from the officials. But Bronco fans, the Bears did not want to win this game. I feared the whole game. Before I started gloating about how the Broncos were going to be 0-4, I just had a feeling that the Bears were going to fuck this game up, that the Broncos wouldn't lose this game. Because the Bears, here's the difference between you and the Bears. The Bears know that they suck. They know that their player personnel sucks. They know that their coaching staff sucks. They know that their culture sucks. The GM already has made his mind up that he's rebuilding it. So he has 2 first rounders. Do you think he wants to win and drop his spot in the draft, or do you think he actually wants to lose, call it an L, and then draft next year with the first and the second pick? Yeah, no fucking way in hell. The Broncos, they're stuck in the land where they're cool with a 7-game win season, stuck in mediocrity, maybe the 15th pick in the draft, the 11th pick in the draft, which they'll fuck up anyway. They'll draft like a tight end when they don't, that's what the Broncos always fucking do. The Broncos are still in that part where they think they're a defensive coordinator away. They think they're this away. They still think they're a Band-Aid away. And they're so delusional. They're next year, they're going to be the worst team in the NFL by far. By far. They're
one of the teams in the NFL already. They're a bottom 3 team in the league.
You think they're beating Houston with the way they play? No. Do you think they're going to beat can you say they'll even beat the Packers confidently?
No.
So, I mean, the Broncos could be looking at what? They play the Jets, that'll probably be a loss. They play the Chiefs, that will be a loss. The Packers at home, that'll probably be a loss. The Chiefs, a loss. Then I think it's the bye week, then it's at Buffalo on Monday night. And you think you got your ass kicked in fucking week 3. Oh man. Oh man. You guys are gonna get your asses kicked in that game. In Buffalo. Denver's always gotten their asses whooped in Buffalo historically. But now it's gonna be I think if Buffalo wants to, they'll top that record.
Yeah, it's gonna be a primetime game, and I hope the Broncos get their ass kicked. Because they need it.
Yep.
So
Broncos Avenue posted, start the fire sale. Start the fire sale. Yeah, start the fire sale. They have no fire to sell.
Nobody wants these players.
In order to have a fire sale, you have to have talent to sell. You don't have shit on this team. You have some young, pieces that look like they could develop well. You're gonna fuck the development up of Marvin Mims. I guarantee you that one. I guarantee you they'll find a way to fuck him over. I guarantee you they'll find a way to fuck over McLaughlin. So you have some young pieces that I would keep around, but I don't, and Sean Payton, fuck, I really don't like him. He's a fraud.
I think I'm not a big Sean Payton fan. I'm not. I think he's so overrated. I think that he was a product of Jeff Ireland and Mickey Loomis, and the product and the players that they got for his system, the elite players. I just don't want to fucking hear it from Broncos fans about that bullshit.
I mean, I'd rather the roadmap of clean everybody out, Adam Peters
Go
and
Harbaugh. Dude. You and I talk college football here and there. They kick the living shit out of Nebraska, but there's a reason for that. How long has Jim Harbaugh been in Michigan? 8, 9 years?
9 years.
9 years. And I have Matt Rule at Nebraska saying, I want to be like them. Okay, you got to give these coaches, you got to give. You have to, Michigan did it right. They tore it down and they built them back up. They go 7, 8 deep on their offensive line. I wish we could do that. This is why I wanted Jim Harbaugh. If you did this the right way, you get rid of that fucking front office. You bring in Jim Harbaugh and you bring in a GM that they are in lockstep, and you rebuild these fucking trenches. You rebuild the player personnel on this team. You do it the right way, the rebuilding way, and not the quick fixes way. The short term. Look at Colorado right now. Oh my God, Dion. Short-term satisfaction over long-term success.
I mean, even this offseason, the Broncos have to draft and develop in order to even like build, because you can't do anything in free agency for the foreseeable future. So, I mean, if I'm the Broncos, I'm going position group by position group each offseason. We're going to go, all right, this offseason, offensive line rehaul.
Defensive line rehaul.
Next year, in whatever order. Either way, the trenches have to start, but they need to rehaul one of these two fucking lines. For this, whether it's this season, it's the offense line. Either way, you're like, yeah, these trenches suck on both sides of the ball. And the whole draft is predicated around your offensive or defensive line. So if it's this year the offensive line, next year the defensive line, then next year the inside linebackers, and your linebacker room as a whole, you build. That's a 3-year process right there.
It's a 3+ year process.
But you don't even have a foundation, so you're gonna have to really fucking tunnel vision on these position groups because they suck. There's no bright spot on your but they won't do that. When's the last time the Broncos even fucking drafted an offensive lineman in the first or second round? Garrett Holds? Get the fuck out of here. He sucks. But he's still the best he's probably one of the better offensive linemen you have, which isn't saying much.
I disagree. I think he's one of the bottom 3 linemen. He fucking blows.
Him and McGlinchey to me are like the same player right now.
They are. They're the same exact player. They suck ass.
It's like they're trying to compete for like who has the better WWE moves every week. They're not like.
It's like The Rock versus Stone Cold back in the day. Who had the better stunner?
I think this week Garrett Holds takes that title, and I think last week McGlinchey takes that title. I think they're neck and neck right now. You know, they got how many more games left? Like 14.
You don't think after tonight that the way the Jets lost that game, they're not going to come into Denver with already the extra bullshit from this organization pissed off?
I saw Saleh, and he looks like he's already ready for the Broncos.
Oh, yeah. He wants to come in here. I hope that's laid the fucking boom on our team asses.
He looked pissed after that game. He looked ready for next week.
Oh, dude, did you see that pass interference call?
Yeah.
If you're not a coach, you wouldn't be pissed?
Oh, of course I'd be pissed.
I would have been like the NFL. I would have been on the NFL. I would have tell the rest, stop fucking helping the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been like Saleh. I would have been pissed.
Yeah, no. I mean, the Bears, if they weren't playing, I don't know.
Bears
call the Broncos out. Teams, you have to call the fucking Broncos out.
Dude, I have Jet content creators that are pointing out the missed holding calls by the referees. I don't see Bears or Miami content creators doing the, oh, look at the Broncos they held where they're not being called this. The only people that are doing that are me, you, and Chopped Liver. And my videos get removed off YouTube for doing this shit.
Yeah, the NFL's garbage.
It's like a trash product. I don't know why I still cover it. It's crap.
It's garbage. It's getting worse by the year. And
it is. The refs ruin it. The NFL ruins it.
The only thing keeping the Broncos afloat is Russell Wilson and their publicity for.
Only thing keeping the Broncos afloat is the NFL.
Yep. But if Russell Wilson wasn't there, they wouldn't have the NFL. They didn't have the NFL when Drew Lock was their quarterback. They didn't have the NFL when fucking Teddy Bridgewater.
What is so special about Russell Wilson, dude?
Because he's a fucking. I can't say the reason, but
you can't say it. You can't say it.
But you and I both know what that reason is.
Yeah, we all know that reason is.
It's the same reason for Fields with his narrative. It's the same reason for the excuses for Lamar Jackson. It's the same excuse.
Mahomes?
The same excuses for Mahomes.
Is Mahomes great? Dude, Mahomes, he is getting the Tom Brady treatment. We all know it. Dude, every fucking time I watch the Chiefs, you have the main ref and the quarterback, which is Mahomes, talking, and you have Mahomes bitching. And that eventually will get them to be like, okay, we gotta submit to the great Patrick Mahomes. You know, it just, man, there's no equality all the way. It's a garbage product, dude. It's trash.
I'll go into more what I think that agenda is on our chat tonight, but we know what that agenda is. We know
Yes.
It's the same thing that's starting with the ownership. That's why group ownership is a thing now. Yeah, no, it's NFL is all political now, and unfortunately, yeah. So if you think Drew, why was Drew Lock? You know, they're it's the same results in the same system. So why was Drew Lock crucified, and why are we giving Teddy? Teddy Bridgewater didn't get leeway either, but he's not one of those mainstream guys. Like everyone knows, he that leg injury fucked him up. He's kind of on his way out because of that. I was a fan of Teddy Bridgewater before that leg injury. I think he could have been a really good quarterback, but that leg injury was unfortunate. But he would actually deserve that praise because he was a quarterback who was good. Mahomes gets worshipped. Lamar Jackson gets worshipped, and Lamar Jackson sucks. I'm sorry. He's terrible. I watched him against the Broncos last year. Up close and personal. He fucking sucked. His backup is better than him. Justin Fields, he has tools, but he's not there yet as a quarterback. But they worship these guys like they are there. Like, oh, Justin Fields just needs a couple wide receivers.
It's the princess quarterbacks effect. You know, the offensive line, dude. This is why I praise offense and defensive linemen more than I do quarterback and receivers.
It's what decides the game.
Oh, fuck yeah, it does. It does. So
Jets are coming down. Good luck. Good luck, guys. Good luck, dude. And Sean Payton taking shots at the Bears after the game. Oh, we're gonna play much better teams than Chicago. Well, you are Chicago. You're on the same level. You got 21 skunked by the fucking Chicago Bears. You dumbass. You're still running your mouth. I hope the Jets really fucking.
I hope Nathaniel Hackett comes into that stadium surrounded by Bronco fans and the organization and Penner and them are sitting out there. And I hope Elway's in his suite. And I hope he does this fucking thing to him.
Oh, and if Elway's not there, why does he still have a suite at these games?
Yeah. Why does he still have an office? Oh, but that's a myth, right?
Why is he at every game? All right, yeah. All right. Walmart Generals, exactly what we expected. Referee, bad product, bad NFL. It was refreshing to watch good football tonight until the referees fucked it up tonight.
Of course.
Can never have a complete game. Couldn't have one in the Super Bowl last year. Couldn't have fucking AFC Championship last year. Couldn't have one with the fucking Chiefs and the Jaguars last year. Referees always got to get involved. Same with the fucking Broncos and the Bears. Every time the fucking Bears did anything on offense, laundry on the field. NFL, do better. Roger Goodell, go fuck yourself. Sean Payton, you're a sellout. Go fuck yourself. Stop talking shit about other teams when you're on their level. I could see you doing that after you blew them out, but again, you didn't. You couldn't even do that. You haven't played anybody all year, so keep this into perspective. You played a rebuilding Raiders team who beat your ass. You played a rebuilding Commanders team who beat your ass. You played a second, maybe a third tier AFC team who beat your ass. You played
fashion, by the way.
You played a Bears team who are a year removed from blowing it up. They're blowing it up this offseason. They're tanking, so they didn't even want to win this game. And then next week, you're probably going to be playing a Jets team who's going to kick your ass, who's going to want to beat your ass, and you're probably going to lose that game pretty bad. But keep running your mouth, and I really hope, please, Nathaniel Hackett, please run the fucking ball at the edges with Breece Hall. Please. That's all you have to do. Jonathan Cooper, Randy Gregory got benched today. Doesn't matter. None of these edge guys could stop the run coming towards them. So please use Breece Hall. Please use your tight ends. Garrett Wilson, I already know. Get him on some crossers, and you'll be set.
Oh! Patrick Surtain's that lockdown corner who got fucked. I mean, dude.
He got his lunch eaten all game long today.
By who again? By who? DJ Moore. Who said that in the pre-game? Who watches all 22?
More complete package, DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Who's the running? I don't even know that guy. What's his name? Fuck.
Khalil Herbert. Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert. Who's the more complete running back? Ball. The more complete line, the Bear.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Dude. Okay, who's the better corner? Sauce Gardner or Patrick Surtain?
Sauce Gardner.
Who has the better inside linebacking? Jets or Broncos?
Oh,
dude, CJ Mosley, bro. CJ fucking Mosley.
CJ Mosley alone is better than Alec.
He's better than Sanders, Jewell, and Singleton combined.
You could have 9 players on the field and just have CJ Mosley in the middle of the field, take out the other 2, and he could do more than the 2 that we have do. I mean, Alex Singleton, Josie Jewell aren't even third string linebackers on other teams. So let's keep it in perspective here on how bad they are.
Oh, Jesus.
From the days of having a Danny Trevathan, a Brandon Marshall, Todd Davis.
No, fuck Todd Davis. He's part of DNVR, and that guy's a dumbass.
Fuck. I forgot to remember. Yeah. But Todd Davis is the player I'd rather have. Yeah. No. Fuck.
No, he was fuck, and he's a part of the fun. The reason why he won Super Bowl 50 is because he was behind Danny Trevathan and Brandon Marshall. Fuck you, Todd Davis. Get the fuck off my YouTube.
I was about to ask you, I'm like, what do you think of Todd Davis being on?
He's a clown.
And his takes
Fuck you, Todd Davis, you dumbass. Go to your Martian Zach Stevens, you idiot. I don't listen to those people. They're so dumb.
LA inherited a great defense. He let the likes of TJ Ward, Darian Stewart, Aqib Talib, Chris Harris Jr., Von Miller, Shane Ray, Shaquille Barrett, Danny Trevathan, Brandon Marshall, Malik Jackson, Derek Wolfe, Kayvon Webbs. I mean, can I go on about the foundation?
Go on, dude. You can go on. And can I ask you this? Does Zach Stevens look like the younger Martian brother from Mars that was Cecil Lammey? He looks like a wannabe Cecil Lammey.
Zach Stevens looks like a wannabe a lot of things. That guy has an identity crisis over there.
So does Todd Davis.
Yeah, fuck. I hate Zach Stevens. He's all Denver. Broncos win. Denver Broncos win. Yeah, because they're playing.
Why is that? Because he has a media pass and he gets the treatment.
Yeah, the Broncos get the easiest schedules every year. They play the worst team in the NFL. I'm sick of it. I can't wait till they get in the second half of the season where they actually play good teams. You think Bill Belichick's not going to kick this team's ass when they come to Denver? I mean, they just got beat down in Dallas, but you really think Bill Belichick is going to let any of this?
Dallas is a fucking good football team, dude.
Yeah, Dallas is a threat to go to the Super Bowl this year because they're a very balanced team.
And who had Dan Quinn again?
George Payton.
Oh, and who and he got okay. We've already talked about that, so
yeah, that's already Nah, that Dan Quinn is over there. I think they're brewing something over there in Dallas. I would watch out for Dallas this year from the NFC. And they play pretty well against San Francisco too. So I watch out for Dallas. Philadelphia should watch out for Dallas too. Did Philadelphia win today? I think they pulled it out.
They won.
But if I'm the Eagles, I'm looking because Dallas has their number. Dallas can beat the 49ers. So I think the Dallas offense is good enough to put up points, but they also have a really good defense. So they have it on both sides.
Gregory at all?
No. Fuck no. Fuck no. What's the Randy Gregory, Micah Parsons? The only difference is their name. Yeah, no. Yeah, Micah Parsons. You think? Yeah, Micah Parsons, Randy Gregory. Who do you rather have on your defense?
Micah Parsons.
Not even close. Yeah, that I would watch out for the Cowboys. They're my dark horse Super Bowl team this year. I think they could represent the NFC. It all depends on if they're I don't like Mike McCarthy as a coach. I just don't. But I think this year they can get it together. Like I hate Dallas fans when they say that they have a chance every year. This year they actually have a shot. So we'll see.
See what happens.
We'll see what happens. Unless they play the Broncos, because they always find a way to fuck it up against the Broncos. But yeah, no, Dallas. Look at Dallas. What did they do? They built their defensive line, their inside linebacking unit. I mean, offense has always been really good for the Cowboys. So, I mean, they know it's the lines. They've been known that it's the lines. So that's why they're kind of competitive every year. Broncos, they wouldn't know anything about defensive and offensive line. Garrett Bowles, Mike McGlinchey, Quinn Miners wasn't playing well today, but I mean, Quinn Miners is the best player on that offensive line, but him and Ben Powers are getting fucked over there. That's all I'm. But yeah, nothing to say here. Just wait till the Broncos Jets. They lost to a team who's tanking. There's really nothing for us to cover other than the Broncos still suck. They're worse than. I mean, you and I predicted like a pretty comfortable win for the Broncos this week. So the fact that they almost lost to a team who's tanking, yeah, they're gonna get their ass. They're gonna be like what 1-6 or 1-7 going into their bye week. So
we'll see what happens.
Yep, I think Sean Payton retires at the end of the season or
That's
before. Yep, I think he's done. Like I said, it'll just depend on how bad it gets. Oh, it's bad. Don't let the W in the like some rappers on YouTube like say it's a W in the column. It's a W. No. Don't let that W distract you from the fact that you got 28-7 hung on your head by a team who's tanking. You almost fucked up a team's future plans because you suck so bad. So.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.